how to add lettering to your comic book page. You have your comic book page completed. You want to add some word balloons, some narration captions. As you can see here, I have Adobe Illustrator open. One of my interior pages for my book, Arawak, the first issue, will be coming out very soon. I will be publishing it very soon. Obviously, the lettering is already done for this page. So let's go ahead and use another page to add as an example. Go to File, Place. And I'm going to go ahead and use this one right here. You want to put it right here in the corner. You might want to zoom in a bit more. So I zoomed in with Alt, and I'm using a mouse. So I'm using the scroller, and with holding down Alt, and then to move it left and right, I'll hit hold down space. You'll see this little hand icon come out. And what I want to do is put it right here in the edge. Actually, let's zoom in a little bit more. Right there is fine. Okay, let's zoom back out. You can hit Control 0 to kind of put it in the middle. So let's work on this page. This is let's go ahead and close these here. All right. I like to, once I place the picture or page that I want to work on, I like to go ahead and just lock it so it does not move on you, because you don't want that to happen. But if you'll notice right here on the edge, it's kind of white. We don't want that. Actually, let's go back into, let's see. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go unlock it, get back on the page here. All right. Now what you can do is just hit the cursor down. Click on the cursor down. Right here. Got it. And that'll do. That'll do. Because ultimately, once we get the lettering done, let me go ahead and lock this in now. And collapse this right here. So ultimately, once you have the lettering, you're just going to save the lettering and then bring it over to Photoshop and place it on top of your page as a separate layer. So yeah, you definitely want it centered, but this white line won't show because I will just save the lettering and place it onto the document in Photoshop. I already have these folders or these layers set up with word balloons for the prior page. So what I'll do is uncheck these. For sake of this video, I'll go ahead and start it from scratch. So what you want to do is come down here, click on this create new layer. Let's go ahead and move these to the bottom here. Let's go ahead and name it Bubbles. And then do the same one more time. And then this one we'll name Letters. Alrighty. So now we have a layer for bubbles and we have a layer for letters. This will be the cover. There's a separate story arc for my Arawak character. This one's actually called Old Man Arawak. So it's going to be a separate story arc from my present Arawak series. So it's going to be two separate series. This one called Old Man Arawak. We see him here with his love, Isabella, and she's got healing powers. She used to be a warrior, but she's no longer, quote unquote, a warrior. She's more of Old Man Arawak's healer. And I'll get more into that once I start showing videos about the book. So let's click over here to the text feature. Let's go ahead and just type anywhere. That's where you can read it. All right. Put something like, what is this place? What is this place. Okay. And then highlight it, come down to this little bar here. We're going to look, I already have the fonts set for it. Which was it? I thought I had it up here. What is it? There you go, Classic Comic. I already have that. I forget where I downloaded it from, but if anyone's interested in getting these fonts, just kind of make a comment and I'll kind of track down where I got it from for you guys. So now we have the font for the comic book, Classic Comic Book font. That's what we're going to use for the lettering here. You also have the size. We're going to keep it down a little lower. It seems like we can go as far as about here. Let's keep it at 10, right? So now we'll hit V to get out of this text option, I guess. Now we're back up to here. So we were at text. We hit V to get up to here, and that's going to let us kind of move the text to wherever on the page we want it to be. So we're going to double click on it. Sometimes you kind of have to highlight the whole thing. Hit V again to get the cursor. Oh. Hit outside actually of there, and then hit V, easier for me to say. There you go. Kind of highlight the whole thing and then now bring it down to about, actually, before we even go that far, let's go ahead and place the lettering or the words in a shape where it would fit a bubble, a word balloon. All right, so let's see, let's go right here. All right, we're going to backspace once. That took away the T. Hit enter. And let's go about here. Backspace and then enter. Now that needs to, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. Let's hit somewhere outside of there. Hit V. We're going to highlight the whole thing. And we're going to, I forget where it's at. Let's click on character, no, paragraph. All right, paragraph, you see how it's aligned to the left here? We want it kind of centered like that, all right? And that's gonna center all the lettering. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of these question marks. Just leave one question mark in. All right. Oh. Hit Control Z, get rid of that. Hit V. Now we're gonna bring this about here. All right. Now, what we want to do is go to your bubbles layer, and you can name this anything you want. Balloon, bubble. I just called it bubble for whatever reason, but you can call it balloon or you could call it whatever you want. So you'll go in here. This is still highlighted. You kind of click outside of it. Now we're going to come over to, which one is it? Is it this one? Yeah, there you go. And click on ellipse tool. You're going to come somewhere in the middle of kind of where you want the balloon to be. Tap there and then hold down Alt and then kind of, okay, we'll have to fix that in a second. All right, so let's do Control Z. Let's go back over here. Well, since we have it open over here already, let's go here. We're going to double click what will be the color inside of the word balloon. All right, and then the outside will be black. That's okay, it went automatically there. So the inside of the, why is this doing this? No, let's click on here, black. All right, so the inside of the word balloon over here will be white and the outside of it will be black. So let's go back over here. It's already set to ellipse. Let's go to kind of the middle of the area here. Hold down Alt, then kind of pull it out like that. All right, and you can adjust it any way you want. All right, now hit V. Lock the letters, or just want to work with the bubbles layer. I should probably call it balloons. It just sounds funny calling it bubbles. Anyways, go kind of somewhere in the area here and tap it and kind of move it all around. You can also, while it's highlighted like that, you can use the arrow keys. So you kind of go to the left, move it down a bit. I think that looks good. All right. So just click out anywhere outside of there. All right. So now let's work with now the actual letters. So let's lock the bubbles layer and unlock the letters layer and highlight the letters layer. Kind of come over here. Let's go ahead and highlight all this right here. Now I'm going to come over here and now do the bold italic. You can even increase it. The font, will it work? Yeah, the font will still work like that. And then click outside of that. So now it has an emphasis on what, actually on is and this. So it's what is this place? Now let's finish off with the word balloon. We'll have to make that little triangular shape coming out of the word balloon kind of facing her, or towards her, I should say. So now let's go lock the letters, unlock the bubbles, come back in here. This time, we're going to go to the pencil tool right here. The pen tool, I should say. Like that. So let's highlight this one. Let's turn that one to white. Let's highlight this one, turn this one to black. Hold down Alt and come in. All right, so let's click somewhere about here. And then up here, click again, but this time before you let it go, kind of pull it over like that. And then click right there where you click, and then bring it down here. Kind of about there, click it, and then hold it down like that. And then once you like how the angle of the line looks, let it go. That's going to work. Click over here, hit V. Now what we want to do, now remember, we're still on the bubbles layer. Letters is locked. Now we're going to come over with the selection tool. We're going to highlight both the shape we just made and the bubble. Okay, it's going to highlight both. Now we're going to come over to Pathfinder. We're going to click on this first icon here, which is Unite under Shape Modes. Click on that. And it's going to kind of combine both shapes. And click out here somewhere. All right, let's hit Alt to zoom out a bit. That looks okay. So what is this place? I could probably have made the letters, the font a little smaller. So let's go back into, let's lock the bubbles. Let's unlock the letters, highlight letters. Let's go back in there, zoom in a bit. Let's go in there and pick all of that. We're gonna hit, let's hold down Alt. Gonna make it smaller. All right, that looks okay there. Now let's go ahead and lock letters, unlock bubbles, highlight bubbles, pick all that, hold down Alt, grab a little spot here in the end, kind of work it there. All right, that's okay. Use the arrow keys. All right. I'm going to come to this dot right here, and I want to say you hold down Shift. Oh, don't hold anything down. Just bring that up like there. Move it over a bit more. And that's going to work. And now click anywhere outside of that. Now let's go ahead and lock both layers, move back a bit. That works. I mean, that works. Now, if you wanted to move both the bubble and the letters, then let's go ahead and unlock both layers, highlight both layers, grab everything there like that. And now just kind of grab somewhere in the middle. There you go. I like how that looks. Like, let's lock both layers. Let's move back a bit. Alt, Control, 0. Yeah, that works. That'll work for the sake of this video. So that's how you do lettering in comic books. Oh, wait, a little bit more. So now let's go ahead and save it and put it onto the actual Photoshop page. So now what you want to do is let's unlock art. Let's deselect the art. So it gets rid of the art altogether, right? Let's go back and lock it. Now we want to do is save this as is. So let's come over here. Let's do save as. Obviously, let's save it to the computer. Let's just name it something like test video or something like that. You want to make sure it's set as an Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator file, which is EPS. Name it whatever you want. I have it saved here to my letters folder and hit save. What I like to do with this is uncheck linked files and uncheck thumbnails. Let's go ahead and press OK. Also, I like to do the embed files. If anyone can advise me that, better entries here, by all means, mention in the comments what I should press instead of what I'm showing, if there's a better way of doing it. But this is how I'm accustomed to doing it. I'll click on embed files. All right, it's writing it. Now it's saved, okay? Now you want to save it without the artwork in the back, because what it'll do, or you can just save it all together just like this with the artwork, but I like bringing it into Photoshop. And if I have to modify it at all, I could do it from within Photoshop. So let's go ahead and minimize Illustrator. Let's go ahead. Photoshop is open. Okay, here, I had it open from before. Let's collapse some of these here. And what I like to do is always, what's under here? Oh, that's another. So this is another cover that I will be using for the Old Man Arawak. I might even have this as a variant cover, easy for me to say. Or it might be this one that actually what I'm going to do is use this one as the cover for Old Man Arawak, and this one will be the variant cover. So anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here, but what I like to do is make sure all the layers are locked, because the last thing you want to find out after the fact is that one of your layers were damaged, I guess, or messed up, for lack of a better term. So I like to lock all the layers that I will be that I want to commit to. This trim line, I'll show you what this is. This is a layer that I use to kind of gauge of how the page will be cut by the printers. But let's go uncheck that for now, or deselect it. I'm going to go ahead and grab the letter file that I just saved, and I'm just going to paste it right on top. All right. Press OK, or check it, hit the check mark, and there you go. It's saved, or it's entered as a separate layer onto the Photoshop document. I like to put it all the way on top for obvious reasons. And then if we want to manipulate it at all, just hit Control T, move it around, See, now I wouldn't be able to do this if the artwork was saved in the back as well. They would actually be moving everything. So I just want the word balloon separate from the artwork, so I could kind of move it around. So let's put it about here. Not that where it was before was a problem, but for sake of this video, now press check. And there you go. That's how you add lettering onto your comic book pages. If you like this type of videos, this content, feel free to share, follow, and like. So until next time, take care, guys, and God bless.